Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by my good friend and former WBO interim heavyweight champion Joe Joyce, and many other titles as well. How you doing, Joe?
Yeah, pretty good actually. Yeah, good. Found another chair. That that one was better with the carvings and stuff. But you know, I'm good to be back and talked about again for another fight. So been back training, taking over Christmas, and obviously officially started like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I'm ready to get back in the ring again. I've had a long time out, and the past.
That's fair enough. The seat Joe was referring to there, he was sitting on a throne, an actual throne, here at Glazier's Hall in London Bridge. We're here to announce, obviously, your next fight, which is going to be on the Magnificent 7 bill in March, coming back in against Kash Ali after, let's not beat around the bush, back-to-back defeats to the same man in Zhilei Zhang. I know, gutted. It must have been difficult to deal with, especially the second time, because the first time you were coming back into the fight when it was stopped, and obviously there was the issue with, were you too heavy? There was some concern about that, or too light. And then the second time around, not much to hang your hat on, it's fair to say. How tough did you find that to deal with?
It was pretty easy to deal with actually. I got beat by the better man. He threw at the same time, and he caught me and put me down, and that was it. I did everything in my power to get the best out of me that night. In training camp, and living the life and sleep and everything. Food, diet, everything. I got tactics, everything I've worked on to get the win there, and my best wasn't good enough. So, what more can I do? But I did think I was going to win that fight, and obviously I did everything in my power, but it wasn't. Zhang's a great fighter, and he's going to go on.
And there must have been a lot of contemplation afterwards, even though, as you said, you took it pretty well because you couldn't have done any more. Did you ever consider packing it in? Did you consider rebuilding at a much lower level? What was the thought process?
Nah, it's just I guess styles make fights, and he had my number. He's a great southpaw. He's been in the sport a long time. He's achieved a lot himself. So I've got obviously a lot of more things to achieve in my career, and I can't let this stop me. Because there's plenty more fights out there, and especially with what's been going on with the heavyweights, it's a great time to be a heavyweight.
And is that especially since the Saudi show's Riyadh season has kicked into full gear? Is there a bit of not jealousy but envy you'd like to be involved?
No, I'm sure I'll be involved in the long run. I need to get back out there and have another fight, and this one that's coming up, and then after that, then I can look at further shores and maybe get in on the action.
And it's Kash Ali. How much input did you have, if any, on the decision of who the opponent should be?
I knew there was two names, and Kash Ali was one of them, so I knew it was going to be who it was likely to be, and I guess they was able to make it with him, and that's why. Who's who I'm going to fight next. And
why do you feel he's the right opponent for this stage of your career, having had those defeats but looking to rebuild and get back to world level again?
Because instead of going straight back into the fire against a really tough opponent like I did against Zhang, and I've had back-to-back, what was it? Dubois, Parker, Zhang twice. So yeah, I need to come back with a nice win and just get the confidence back, and then obviously then it sets up other fights. I mean, it doesn't really set up other fights, but it allows me to get back in the ring and fight someone a decent level who I can beat and look good against, and then go on from there.
Do you think much about who the opponent is? Do you ever have much input on that side?
Yeah, the name obviously get put to me, and I obviously okay them. But then it's also the name puts forward to all of my team, and what they think, and then it all gets agreed like that.
And you mentioned there the gauntlet that you've run up until now with Zhang twice, Dubois, Parker, of course, who's come back into prominence recently. Do you feel you get the respect, the recognition for what you've done in terms of being willing to fight anyone and at the very top level?
Yeah, I think, you know, deep down, like, I mean, I've gained a lot of fans over the career, and they all are very, you know, in the comments and, like, you know, if I meet them in person or whatever, they're all, you know, say, you know, very positive of me. Like, I think I can do it and become world champion, and I also believe that I will do that too.
And I interviewed Adam Morley last week, and quite blunt with him, said a lot of people are criticising him and the S-Jam team for picking Zhilei Zhang the first time around, because he wasn't a mandatory or anything like that. What's your view on that now?
Well, you know, it's all of us that made the decision. So, like, I thought I'd beat him. I thought he was, you know, the way he fought against Hrgovic, he was struggling in there. Like, the later rounds, he was, like, gasping for breath. At the end, he was, like, freaking blew a gasket. Like, just about made it through the 12th round. So I was thinking, you know, because I beat Filip Hrgovic in the amateurs in WSB, I thought that, yeah, I would get it to him in the later rounds. But I wasn't, you know, I wasn't going to foresee my eye was going to swell up like that, and you know, it wasn't, and it was going to go down like that. I thought I'd, you know, cruise on to a victory in the end, and I felt like I was in the fight, and I would have won the fight if my eye may have been looked after a bit more, and like it hadn't been stopped on the eye, because I think I had what it takes to, you know, keep digging it. I'm tough and durable, and I can. You know, I was going for the win, but it's just the eye that stopped it, really. And but like Zhang is very good. That, you know, don't get me wrong, he is very sharp and accurate and powerful as well, and tough. He's tough as well. He can take a shot too. So yeah, he's one to be, you know, we're gonna have to watch out for. And I'm really looking forward to this one against Joseph Parker that has just been announced. That'll be interesting to see how they get on.
I'm definitely going to ask you about that. You mentioned your toughness there. I think I read once that your skull is thicker than the average man or something like that, so you can take a lot more punishment. You've had a few grueling fights, obviously earlier in your career, not so much. Do you ever think about that, the kind of miles on the clock and later life outside of boxing?
Yeah, I do, but not quite just yet. I've been in the sport since I was 22, so that's That's just like. But that's was that 8? That's like 6. Was that 8?
How old are you now?
38.
How old are you? 38. 16 years.
16 years. Yeah. So, but yeah, I haven't achieved what I wanted to achieve in the sport yet, and I still feel, you know, still feel fit, young, and healthy, pretty much. Like haven't really changed too much. Like I got into it already, like with my man strength. Like I was, see, on GB and stuff when I was like, I guess it's like 26 or something. I don't feel like massively different from that age.
And you mentioned Zhang Parker, that's been announced for the Knockout Chaos show, same bill as Joshua and Ngannou. What do you make of that? You fought both men, of course. Who do you see coming out on top?
Wait, who's that, sorry?
Zhang and Parker.
Zhang, oh right, yeah. Well, I think Parker, he's, you know, had a lot more, I think he's got more experience fighting southpaws, and it's a real interesting fight for me to see, like, because obviously, yeah, I've obviously fought them both, and see, Zhang's very accurate, and he doesn't throw a lot of shots, but with those shots, the shots that he does throw are very powerful and meaningful. Parker throws quite a lot of shots. He's got a good chin, he's durable, and he's got a good boxing brain. So, I think it's a good fight. And
gonna pick a winner?
I think if Parker can, I'm hopeful for Parker. I'm hopeful Parker can do it. Can beat Zhang and like be just a bit more, I don't know, smart and skillful than I was, and get in there. But Zhang, like if he, like, he's very accurate, and if he hits him with a good shot, he can put Parker down, no problem.
So there's been a lot of talk about rematches possibilities for you with Parker and also with Daniel Dubois. Have you got a kind of preference?
Sorry?
There's been a lot of talk of rematches for you with either Dubois or Joseph Parker in the future. Do you have a preference? Is there a particular rematch you'd prefer?
Say, well, it depends. Depends what happens. I mean, yeah, obviously the bar is. I guess both either of them would be good. Like especially if Parker like beat Zhang, that would be a good fight for a rematch. And equally, the bar's in a good place as well. So it'd be good to get back in and like beat him again and take his position back. Take his position and. So there are options and big fights as well. Like sure people want to see those fights.
Does it frustrate you at all when you see someone you've beaten in Dubois get a world title shot against Usyk, someone you've beaten in Parker get a huge money fight against Wilder? Do you kind of think, well, that could have been me?
Oh, I could have been gold medalist. There could have been a lot of things, but that's life. Sometimes things don't go your way, and you have to kind of find a way around it or another route. So this is what I'm gonna have to do.
Now, it's been announced by Turki Al Sheikh and the guys out in Riyadh that the winner of Joshua and Ngannou will fight for the undisputed against the winner of Fury and Usyk. Lennox Lewis was online saying he believes the winner of Parker and Zhang deserves that shot more than the winner of Joshua and Ngannou, because Joshua's only beaten, Valin and then Ngannou since coming back from defeats. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I would agree. Like obviously, the winner of Parker Zhang would be more deserving of that shot, but boxing's about making money. Is a business, it's an entertainment business about making money. So, which the fights are going to make more money, and that's normally which way it goes.
And with that in mind, what do you make of Joshua and Ngannou?
I think it's a great fight. They both got power. They're both styles make fights, and I think that'll be a good start. I don't know. I can't really pick a winner because obviously Joshua's had more experience with boxing and stuff, and he hits hard, and might not be able to take a power shot from Ngannou because Ngannou hits very hard, and equally, Ngannou has been learning from Mike Tyson, and he showed he almost shocked the world against Fury. So I think that's gonna be a great fight. They both hard hitting, powerful guys.
And you've sparred both of them, of course. You sparred Ngannou a while ago. How impressed were you by how much he's progressed since then when he fought Fury?
Yeah, he's definitely learned a lot, and especially watching that fight against Fury, it showed that how much he'd learned.
Some people felt Ngannou could have got the decision in that fight. What was your view?
Yeah, I would agree. But it's boxing. You have to beat the champion properly, but yeah, he definitely. And then obviously, if he had won the fight, then that obviously, the next fight, obviously the Usyk fight wouldn't have been as big, as it is with Fury. So that's maybe.
Why he got the benefit?
Yeah, the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think a lot of people have said that. And then we've got the big one, February the 17th, so very close now with Fury and Usyk. First ever undisputed fight in the four-belt era at heavyweight.
Wait, so it's February
17th.
Is the
Fury Usyk.
Okay.
So just round the corner now. What do you make of that, and has your opinion changed recently on who's going to come out on top?
I'm still sitting on the fence. They both have different attributes. Fury, a longer range. He can make it rough him up inside and get a disgusting knockout. Usyk's going to be on him. He's very very smart, and he throws a lot of punches. Throws more punches than Fury. Whereas Fury can lean on him and make it hard work for him, and obviously or keep it at range. And he can also is he going to be orthodox or is he going to be southpaw? He can switch. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's about time we're going to see the fight to see who's going to win.
I agree. And just finally, for people out there who probably haven't heard much from you since the Zhang fight, what can they expect in March? And then longer term, what are your ambitions?
They can expect a Juggernaut showdown and re-emergence from the shadows.
Juggernaut from the shadows, I like it.
And then onwards and upwards to to shinier shores.
World title dream still
Yeah,
alive?
Still alive. Yeah.
Great stuff. Joe, really appreciate it. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you back in action.
Thank you.